Let's go! Hey everybody, this is Hex Magica, and welcome to episode 3 of Final Fantasy Wiki Plays Final Fantasy X. With me today,
the two usual people.
I mean, there's lots of two usual people. So far it's been like either Techno and Skate for you guys.
Well, we're the other lot. Hi, this is Color Mage, by the way. And at the time of this recording, we are approximately 8 hours away from the release of Kingdom Hearts 3 in this time zone, where we will finally learn that Sora is Xehanort's father.
But actually, Xehanort comes from Sora because Sora bored him in the past.
This is, I believe, the 9th Kingdom Hearts game, so actually it's called Kingdom Hearts 9. Get it right?
10.
Oh, 10. Okay, whatever. I don't know how to count to 10. But Square Enix...
But there's already a Kingdom Hearts X, so... well...
Kingdom Hearts Kai.
Oh my god.
Well, no, it's cross now because they keep changing what the X means every year.
Kingdom Hearts Jesus Edition.
Welcome to Square Enix, everybody, where the numbers are made up and nothing matters. And here we are with the first use of Aeons in this game. Aeons are basically extra party members. They're generally okay. They make the main story of this game
kind of boring, though.
Yeah, Valor is kind of the worst, but they do, generally as a whole, make the main game of this game pretty easy. With the hardest point of the game being the part where you don't have access to Aeons for like 5 or 6 hours. But that's in the future, so we don't need to worry about it now. Like Aeons attack and basically use skills much like any party member, and they also have their own overdrives.
And you already forgot to get the Alpha's good one, didn't you?
Yep. I got called out on it by Scaife and Techno literally last recording, so... you know, that's just how it be. Also, in FF10, enemies tend to drop equipment, which is 90% of the time worthless, and the other 10% of the time it ends up being very, very good things.
Another one of those. No problem. Leave this
Isn't
one to me,
RNG fun?
Say good night.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, as we see now, Waka is much more effective than Valor at getting rid of these giant things because all he needs is 5 MP and he's disabled for the rest of the battle.
Yeah.
Also, Yuna's got a hell of a reach on that.
Yeah. This fight also shows off, like, the first real annoyance of this game is that you have to switch party members in and have them do stuff for them to get experience. Which, like, isn't bad, but also... it gets very annoying.
Honestly, I think that problem tends to get a bit overblown. It's like, some people act like you have to, like, bring in every character and have them defend once a battle. No, you gain plenty of experience. You only have to really grind in this game for the bonus stuff. If you just swap in characters as needed, you actually do get as far through the sphere grid as you need to during the story.
Yeah, like, more than anything, it's not actually a big issue, it's just a tiny bit annoying more than anything.
Yeah, at the end of the day, FF10 is actually a very easy game, unless you do like Dark Aeons or something.
Yeah. Like,
I think the first time I like had any difficulty when I first played this game was like Seymour Flux, because I'd been just like running away from random battles for like a while.
like, I run from like a decent chunk of battles in later parts, and I'm still probably ahead of the curve. But yeah,
I don't run in this game because running in this game is utter garbage.
At least with like Tidus, you get Flee, which lets you flee from literally anything.
Yes, flee is fine, but you know what's a really great mechanic? Having to make each party member flee individually.
Yeah, at least you don't get game overs if like you at least have one character flee. But honestly, like, nothing is as egregious in this game in terms of encounters, and not being able to escape is one specific enemy, like, formation in Omega Ruins, which is literally, like, optional content, so...
Also, back there we saw something that the game really loves to do, and that instead of just popping a bunch of treasure chests all over the place, like every NPC in the area just gives you free shit because you're accompanying Yuna.
Yep. It's really obvious here, and it's really obvious on the Mihan High Road.
Well, I feel like this is better than a lot of games, which just have treasure chests for no reason at all. And also games which have treasure chests and then like 80% of them are mimics.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also, man, yeah, here, have this sword that I should really be using to defend my own life with.
Goodbye.
Yeah, or this shield I need that any rational person would use to defend from monster attacks. But people in Spirit are complacent and basically use summoners to fix all of their problems. Like, all of them. Just 100% of the problems all of the time.
Boo.
And here's Tidus. What the fuck is he doing?
He's being a gremlin. I wonder why this was here.
This is where they got the inspiration for the Gira Juju minigame from Final Fantasy XIV.
Oh, God.
Dear fucking God.
Fucking hell. Any one of those, like, sniper missions in FF14 are just like, here, let's look for the one pixel where anything matters.
Except this one particular pixel is just cat girls in bikinis.
Yeah.
Yeah, the real problem with the Garajuju one is that it failed you if you decided
First
to
to
look at
Kilika
the buff guys flexing instead.
For that though, you
That's
must gotta pray at the temple.
Absolutely, like,
I'll be guarding.
sinful. Like,
We'll be praying for
you've
the
got to
all-out
go for the
victory,
buff
too,
throws
so you
over
come along,
anything
yeah?
else.
Great plan.
Hey, it is a great plan.
Don't look at me.
Also, the ship parts of this game are really kind of pointless. Like, this entire, like, thing really could be just done with a cutscene.
Ooh, them's fascinating clothes you're wearing.
And he is the worst character in this game.
Yeah. Filthy, filthy. These won't sell. All me name's not Hawaka.
We're not selling our
Don't
clothes, you
look like
fucking
got
creep.
much money either.
Yep.
I've no business with you. Out of me way.
Like I understand that they barely
Hawaka the
qualify
Kilika.
as
Merchant
clothing,
extraordinaire.
but like, why the hell are
Don't know me?
Tidus's pants
Well, not
like
me.
segmented with several zippers, and he seems to have lost all but one of said segments? But still,
Maybe he just really wanted, like, jorts, but couldn't commit.
What the heck is that?
so instead he got half a
What the heck
jort.
is
Yes.
What is this place?
The power room, like
That-
it says on the door.
That's a chocobo.
Yes.
Yeah, but why the big birds?
What's so strange about chocobo power?
Chocobos? Those are chocobos?
Yes,
What?
Tidus.
You've never seen a chocobo?
Well,
What
no,
kind
my
of
idea of a
vampire island did you
chocobo
come from,
is like
anyway?
the purple thing from the spirits within.
Oh god.
So I
Miracles
think
and
Tidus is just the
oddities were
spirits
starting to
within
become daily
character.
routine on this trip.
Actually, Xanarkand has a copy of the Taj Mahal in it.
I think he just knows that this method of chocobo power is inferior to the chocobo copter from 9 concept art.
Fucking... Sometimes this
Look,
series just... This series, I swear to god.
Look, you know the chocobo copter is a fucking work of art.
It's something. Fun note, you can actually kick the briefcase there for potions, but
I'm not at liberty to talk about our plan.
I don't do it because
Restricted area.
lazy, basically.
Also, watching the Aurochs be complete dipshits is clearly more important.
I mean, the Aurochs are always complete dipshits in this game, like... It's one thing that stays constant.
Yeah, Exhibit A, Tidus and Waka.
Yes. And here I can never remember actually what fires the next event, so...
I mean, this is just staying in character for Tidus, just
Yeah.
I heard
walking
she's
around
Lord
like a
Braska's
jackass.
daughter. You don't say.
What is
Lord
this voice acting?
Braska's
I
daughter?
heard. She's Lord Braska's daughter.
What is this? Some terrible, like, anime dubbing from, like, the 90s?
Yeah, they're like stressing all the wrong syllables. I don't get it.
I don't know who you are or where you came from.
But I will find you, and I will kill you.
If only.
Yes.
So, is Yuna's father famous or something?
She's the daughter of High Summoner Braska. You saw his statue at the temple. Lord Braska defeated Sin 10 years ago. Yuna's the heir to a great legacy.
It's tough when your father's famous.
Huh?
Waka's a bit lacking in the imagination department.
Is that still the quote for,
Thanks, Lulu. I'll keep
that one
in
info
mind.
box?
Which info box?
I don't even know.
Which a lot of the I don't think it is.
Okay.
Oh, most of the info boxes were standardized by Techno a few years ago, and a lot of the like quotes were changed.
Okay. I, like, admittedly have not touched the wiki in, like, years upon years upon years, so... I just lurk for the shitposting.
Smooth.
Yes.
The wind. It's nice.
Awkward laughter.
Yes.
An important feature of this game.
It's like it's the biggest feature of
You're
this
a blitzball
game.
player, aren't you? From Xanarkin, right?
You hear that from Waka?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Waka doesn't believe me at all.
I do say though, like at least the early like Tidus and Yuna scenes are like
But I believe you.
as awkward as you'd expect them to be.
I've heard in Xanarkin.
Like they make sense in why
there's
they're
a
awkward.
great stadium. All
Yeah.
lit up, even at night.
Huh?
Great blitzball tournaments are held there, and the stands are always full.
How do you know that?
A man named Jack told me.
The trouble
He was my
is,
father's
her
guardian.
face is completely stupid.
Yes.
Both of their faces are completely stupid. Oh my god.
Yes.
This is not a scene which benefited from being in HD.
No.
My father. His name is Jecht.
Like,
Also, the camera angle is bad.
Amazing.
This is
it's so unnecessary.
You know, our meeting like this must be the blessing of Yevon.
I just like in retrospect,
Sounds like
scenes
him,
like
but it
these
can't
are
be
so
him.
perfect because it's like
Why
both
not?
Tidus and Yuna are like awkward, dumb teenagers,
My old man. He died
and this is
And you
10 years ago.
and the game
Close to
and the
Xanarkin.
game even helps with that by giving a bunch of awkward cinematography.
I'm sorry.
It's brilliant.
yeah.
He went out to sea for training one day and never came back.
Awkward, dumbass kids.
And no one's seen him since then.
That being said, I assume the
Why,
dubbers
that's the
loved
day
it whenever
that Jecht came to
the
Sierra.
characters weren't facing the screen.
It's true.
Yeah.
I first met Jecht 10 years and 3 months
Made it
ago.
so
I remember
much
that was
easier
the
on
day
them, I
my
assume.
father left.
Like if you haven't
It
noticed,
fits, doesn't
whenever a character looks away from the camera, they stop saying "yeah."
How would he get here?
yeah.
as we've said, it's
You're here.
engine friendly, yeah.
Are you not?
See, I think Kingdom Hearts actually had the right thing here, where they only bothered to give the detailed face models for important scenes, and the rest of the time all the characters would just have this flat two-frame mouth flap.
Yeah. I wonder what this could be.
She looks like she's high. Also, their fingers clipped. God damn it, this piece of shit game.
Yep. Not just that, her hands clip right through the ballista.
What do you think you're doing? Stick a harpoon in him and we'll all get dragged under.
Zin is going for Kilika. We gotta distract it.
Our families are in Kilika. Forgive us, Lady Summoner. Wait! Oh boy.
You know, considering all we know about Sin so far, it's amazing that that actually worked. Of course, it's proceeding to go horribly wrong, but it still actually worked.
I still find it just weird that, like, once you actually get a full look of Sin, this means Sin must be, like, at a 90-degree angle in the water. Because Sin's fins are on its side.
I mean, we've established that Sin can fly, so it's not entirely unreasonable that Sin can swim sideways.
Yeah.
And, you know, as we'll see later, Sin just does not give a single fuck about gravity.
I mean, Sin basically is the master of gravity, so...
Yeah. I guess it actually makes sense that a gravity elemental monster should be able to defy gravity and swim sideways.
Yes, so you can attack yourself in this game, and I basically screwed myself over by making Walker hit himself.
But at least he has 420 HP.
Yes, that's all that matters, but
It was a critical master plan.
basically, the camera angle changes. When the camera angle changes, it changes which direction you have to actually, like, move the targeting. So on one, like, on this angle, it's fine, but the other angle, what would make you target Sin, instead makes you target your party? It's really annoying.
Yeah, that's weird, and it is actually a pretty noticeable step down from the previous games. Because in the PS1 games, if the game had reason to believe that the camera is too vague to allow you to target properly, it'd just pop up a menu with all the targets.
Yep. This is also...
So anyway, Bird.
Yes. This is also one of the few fights in the game where anything that targets all can't actually target everything.
Right, because the game has like two enemy ranges, close and far, and usually only one is used at a time, but it is possible for it to use both ranges at once. And if you do that, it can only target one or the other.
Yep. This game is very weird in how it's coded sometimes. Like, I guess it makes sense, but also...
Yeah.
This is not Kingdom Hearts coded. The 6th Kingdom Hearts game?
Yeah. And the other wrinkle with far range is that only certain things can hit it. Melee attacks from anyone except for Waka and the summons will.
Well,
I'm trying to think. Was there another person who could hit at range, or?
Magic can hit at range. Half of
but magic's not a melee attack.
Yeah, it's just Waka that can hit at range.
Yeah.
But not all the Aeons can actually attack long range either. It's just Valapor, the Hermit, Anima, and I think that's it actually.
Aren't some of the Mega Sisters attacks ranged?
I can't recall. I don't think I've ever seen it pop up in had to use the Maga Sisters in a fight where it's ever relevant. So what's happened here is that Tidus has fallen off as to the loss of really anybody.
He has become one with his element again.
Yes.
I think So I will continue this. I think this continues to advance my hypothesis that this game actually just takes place on an island, and the reason for that is just for fan service. Except in this scene, there isn't any fan service, except the fans are serviced by seeing Tidus drowning, so we don't have to deal with him for like 5 seconds.
Well, part fan service and part we gotta show off our fancy new physics engine that can handle proper underwater motion.
It can handle underwater motion, but the faces don't look good.
Fun fact.
So they kind of ruined that.
Fun fact, that is literally the only time you see that dolphin model in this game. It's dumb.
Look, we needed to see the dolphins to know that fucked up tentacle thing mean serious business.
Yeah. So this boss fight can literally be summed up as use Dark Attack, laugh as you get 3 turns for free, and just go to town.
And use Cheer because that ability is broken.
It's really good in this fight, simply because you're at the point where it's kind of relevant. This is the one attack that can hit you if this enemy gets blinded. Literally the only attack.
Which is a shame because it missing would have been really fun.
Yes, it would, honestly.
Even the enemy description says, afflict it with darkness.
Yeah. Like, this game is not subtle. Like, 90% of the time, if you have, the scanner ability on something, it's gonna, basically tell you how to make this boss fight a joke.
Also, the choice of party members here is very deliberate because only Tidus, Waka, and Riku are capable of fighting underwater.
Yeah. At least... Everyone
else, the second you go in water, they're forced out of your active party.
They basically cease to exist. Yeah.
There's also, one other big rule with underwater combat that isn't going to be important for a long time, which is that if someone gets petrified petrified underwater, they immediately shatter, so you can't revive them.
Yeah. Fun fact, you also get the AP for both fights for all people. For God knows why.
You also got a water Moomba.
Yes.
Which sounds kind of useless because everything in this game is water elemental.
Yeah, this game is a regular old Ruby and Sapphire.
And then it turns out that absolutely none of that mattered because instead of trying to piss off the whale, we should have tried and got there first and warned people.
Yeah.
Also, in a world with a gigantic gravity whale that routinely destroys even land-bound cities, maybe it's a bad idea to build your city directly over the water.
People in Spira are not smart. By any measure of the word.
I mean, this is just a matter of... most Final Fantasy Kingdom Hearts games, the cast is so goddamn stupid that Like, but here we see a interesting physics
Yeah, like
where the wood has somehow formed a halo orb thing.
it's obviously like a shout out to Evangelion, right? Totally.
When Sin
Everything
attacked
is an
Anakin that
Evangelion
day,
reference.
I woke up in Spira.
Yes.
I kept hoping it would work in reverse, too.
I will defeat Sin. I must defeat Sin.
I was just fooling myself. Maybe it was that day, on the sea, under the burning sun. I started to give up hope.
I mean, seeing
I was
a
in a foreign
gigantic
world.
gravity
I
space
wasn't going
whale
home.
just destroy an entire city is probably
This
a
was
good
my
reason
new
to give up
reality,
hope.
and I was stuck in it for good.
Like seriously, those are some fairly big hills on that island. Build up there.
Yeah, like here's this game and FFX2 show that like Kilika is basically a giant mountain as an island. So like
Greetings. I am the summoner Yuna.
perhaps
I've
only
come from the temple
like
and say,
use the port for when you need
the
to
lady
use
summoner.
the port.
if there is no other summoner here, please allow me to perform the sending.
Thanks, BT.
Our loved ones. We feared they would become fiends.
Please, take me to them.
Honestly, I wonder if they just had Kilika be like hella destroyed to save effort on
We'll
like
go see what we
building
can
another
do to help in
town.
town.
I mean, probably.
Yeah, like
we needed reason to prove that Sin is really bad.
yeah, let's destroy a town we're just going to now and have had no reason to care about. And here,
This is like this. Yeah,
and here we learn the most useful ability in this entire game.
flee.
Yes. It's that good.
But- Yeah, I don't actually.
And
you don't actually
here
wanna-
we see Kimari's sphere grid, which is
Garbage.
It's in the middle of all of the others, so it's like
like the idea with Kimari is that you can get level 1 key spheres pretty early, and you can use that to just go to whichever section of the sphere grid you want from Kimari's section. The problem is that still takes a while, and in the interim you also do kind of want to go around and get his abilities, because there are some pretty useful things there.
Extractor Mana isn't useful, but like Jinx is fine. I don't use it because Jinx never is never useful. Like unless
And eventually you want someone to get over there, because you saw that big circle that was under heavy lockdown. That's Ultima.
yeah, and Ultima is basically the only black magic spell useful in the end game of this game. And even then it's only useful in one fight. To farm magic spheres to make Ultima
What's a sending?
not terrible.
Are we going somewhere?
You truly are
Like
clueless.
that's
Are
the
you sure
main
it's just your
advantage
memory
of
that's the
the
problem?
expert sphere grid over the standard. The standard one
dead
actually gives you
need
more
guidance.
potential for growth in the long run, but the expert allows pretty much everyone except Auron to immediately go to whichever
Filled with
section they
grief
want
over
from the
their own
beginning.
death, they refuse to face their fate.
Yep.
They yearn to live on and resent those still alive.
And like I believe like in the expert sphere grid, it's even harder to get Ultima.
They envy the living.
Like, I think it's under 5
And
locks,
in
not
time,
4.
that envy turns to anger. Even
yeah,
hate.
Ultima is some bullshit in expert.
Should these souls remain in Spira, they become fiends that prey on the living. Sad, isn't it? The sending takes them to the far plane, where they may rest in peace.
Basically, sendings are very pretty exorcisms.
Like, everything about Spira's setting is completely and utterly dire, so that even if you remove Sin, things aren't really much better. Because, yeah, people still get randomly sieged by monsters formed out of angry dead people.
Yeah. Yes, there's less monsters because there's less angry dead people who died to just random gigantic space whale, but also, like, still monsters.
And this scene isn't subtle at all. We see Jesus walking on water. And then she dances.
This is a very good scene, though. I also do love how dumb random NPCs look in FMVs. It's like... so dumb.
Also, that bit is just great, where Tidus gets kind of freaked out by the blue flame, and we just quickly cut to Kamari. Yep, seen this shit before.
There's not a lot Kamari hasn't seen. Kamari's seen some bullshit.
Like, I think we can all agree that the only party member that has seen more of this bullshit than Kamari is Auron.
Yeah. Also, like, you'd think from, like, an entire city just getting, like, torn down, there'd be more corpses than, like, there are in those, like, funeral shrouds there.
Yeah, like 20 people died for like when this town was destroyed.
Yeah.
Now, if those were 20 people we actually cared about, this might be this might be a really tragic scene.
Yuna chose her own path. She knew.
And considering the whole angry dead people thing, it's probably, kind of high priority to perform a funeral if even one person gets killed by Sin.
Yeah, like, even,
What's
like...
the end?
Like, the game, like, basically says that even, like, the weakest fiends fuck over
Until
normal people,
she defeats Sin.
Oh.
I hope I did okay.
Like, look at all of that, like, beautiful green, like, mountainous land.
They've reached the far plane by now, but no tears next time.
Perhaps let's not build a city on, like, the water
I wished
again.
there would never be a next time. No more people being killed by Sin. No more sendings for Yuna. Everyone stood there watching her. It was strange, and somehow horrifying. I never wanted to see it again.
And just in case, like, you didn't heal up at a save sphere, there's just a random inn healing there.
Is that the kid? Yes, it's the kid!
Yeah.
Yes, it is that kid.
This is the best character in the game.
He is the greatest of NPCs. The goodest of boys.
I'm pretty sure someone checked and that line actually is an accurate translation.
It's
If
just...
you come back later in the game, is that dude still sawing the bridge?
Yep.
That's what I thought.
Oh yeah, this city is completely destroyed for the rest of the game.
It's even, like, mostly destroyed in X2. It's only just repaired in X2, really. Like...
Yeah, this is, like, the only old location in 10.2 that has a completely different map, because, you know, it kind of got destroyed.
Yes.
Everywhere else 10.2 just tends to add more to it because you have a jump ability in 10.2 which allows you to just go to places you couldn't in 10.
Lord O'Holland was once a great
Because
blitzer,
despite Tidus being, like, far more athletic than
for
X2
victories.
Yuna,
Oh, good.
he didn't figure out how to jump.
Is this right?
Something wrong with enjoying blitzball?
Is this really the time?
This is the only time. The players fight with all their strength. The fans cheer for their
And
favorite
to be
team.
fair, Tidus's sport of choice
Owning a
is
game
basically
matters.
full
why
contact
Blitz has
water
been around for
polo.
so
It's
long.
not exactly a jumping
That's what I think.
sport.
It's basically underwater
you
rugby.
say.
Let's play and win, right?
It's basically rugby, but more easily attackable by Sin.
Tempo's beyond the jungle.
For like
there.
that extra
Let's go.
hardcore.
I mean, we saw that opening. Tidus totally fucking murdered that dude.
Yeah, he just threw him out of the bloody stadium into...
Yeah, he probably killed him. He probably killed one of the people in the stands by doing that.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Oh, shit, good thing we saved that kid. We'd have to call Yuna out again.
Yeah.
Anyway, because the city doesn't exist anymore, now here's pretty much the entirety of Kilika.
It's the
Yuna's
island.
saying she wants
Yeah,
you with
like,
us.
Kilika Woods is the only real
I want-
place in Kilika.
To ask you to be my guardian.
Yeah,
You know what?
because apparently nobody has actually just tried to explore that mountain.
He's a newbie.
Yeah.
Like that's even the fucking case in 10.2. I'm pretty sure there's no actual new areas
What do you mean?
in here.
There's one big thing up on a cliff accessible from, like, the
We're
upper
all going to the
canopy, but
temple
that's
anyway.
it.
Can't this wait till later?
But yeah, Kilika is a huge island, as, like,
I'm
seen
sorry.
by those
I
earlier
shouldn't have-
cutscenes.
There's nothing to be
And
sorry
there's, like,
about.
nothing to it.
I'm just not really sure what's going on.
But like, yeah, we pretty much
My
go
apologies.
all over Besaid. This island is like, I don't know, about 3 times bigger, but the explorable area feels smaller.
Yes. At least the music is good for Kilika Woods.
And here we start seeing this game's approach to map design. Which, if you're familiar with other games directed with Toriyama, is probably very familiar, because let's be clear, 13 was just a refinement of this game's hallways.
10 at least adds stuff in, like, side paths. That's really my only defense here.
Yeah.
Well, when 13 adds a side path, there's something at the end of it.
I mean, what's an RPG without pointless side paths? Admittedly, none are as bad as 2 with its Rooms of Hell, but 2 is, a mess. A mess I love, but it's a mess.
Take it easy, huh?
And
I'm
there's
fine.
a lot of there's a lot of these fucking things in Kilika Woods. like, seed cannon when used by these is stronger than when Kamari uses it, basically at equivalent stats.
I'm ready.
Which just...
Wow, I can't believe Kamari sucks.
Yeah. But these things have worse accuracy than Kamari, so... really... yeah.
Like honestly, once you get towards endgame, Kamari's ultimates tend to be pretty good, but yeah, in general, by that point you already have 3 characters that aren't shit. So
yeah.
What's the point in training up Kamari?
Like, here's the thing: Kamari has basically 3 useful Ronso Rages. One of which is basically just Ultima as an overdrive. Another is Stone Breath, which basically wipes any random encounter you're in. And Mighty Guard, which is Mighty Guard, so... like, White Wind in this game would be good if it wasn't locked behind being an overdrive.
Yeah, having blue magic as overdrives doesn't really work.
No.
But I feel like there are fewer games.
It didn't work in 8, it didn't work in 10, it doesn't work.
Aid us.
I mean, it's slightly more useful than blue magic in 14, but...
I mean...
sorry, too soon.
At least, like, in 14, like, you can have, like, Blue Mage go into Aquapolis, I guess.
Look, 14's Blue Mage is just the ultimate sightseeing tool.
I thought Blue Mage was basically the Chocobo handler job.
No, because they buffed Chocobo EXP on literally every other job, so it wouldn't be the Chocobo handler job.
Wait, so their way of fixing it was buffing it on everything else?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I was not paying attention.
No,
So
you see, it's the sightseeing log job, because what you do is that you get someone who's actually good at platforming to, switch to a healer class and get to the sightseeing log position, and then you cast self-destruct, and then they raise you on top of the position.
Oh my god. FF14 was a mistake.
You also use self-destruct if return is on cooldown. You just switch to Blue Mage and self-destruct, and it takes you back to Rogger's Reach.
Stay down.
See, self-destruct is the best spell in Final Fantasy XIV. It's just got such great utility.
Like blowing yourself up.
I kind of just want to create like Final Fantasy XIV chicken, where like the goal is like a blue mage goes up against the boss. You have to fight it, get down to as low HP as you think you can get away with. Cast self-destruct.
Christ.
Whoever manages to keep the boss's HP the highest and still kill them with the self-destruct is the winner.
Yep. Lord O'Holland trained here at his peak.
Take a guess at what that big open courtyard's being used for. That's so bad.
A race, huh?
Why?
What?
Think you can beat
You
me?
have such a fucking creep laugh there.
No, I'm more concerned about the model.
Hey, let's dance.
Ah, huh? Hey!
Also, you're all idiots.
Kids.
Kamari echoes how I feel in this one moment.
Okay, so that Blitzball kid, he was pretty good. Kamari is second best character because he recognizes that this is all just complete bullshit.
And here we go, another really kind of pointless fight.
This one's kind of interesting, at least.
Yeah, at least this fight does do something interesting. Like, which is more than I can say for 90% of the fights in this game. Well, I wouldn't say this game's that bad at it, but still. Basically, you've got to kill the tentacles before anything else.
And then have Lulu just pile on a ton of damage on the main boss with fire.
Yeah, like, it's pretty simple.
Because this is still the point of the game where she's useful.
Yep.
This is the point of the game where MP is like no object.
I mean...
Oh, later on that's still true.
Yeah.
Yeah, MP is just... even when costs start going up, it's pretty easy to just keep chucking ethers and then you get 1 MP cost, so...
Not even just that, like... You go between save spheres so often that it's like... a bit whatever, like... By the time you've burnt all your MP on the random encounters, you're at another save sphere and then you're fully healed again.
Other very useful thing about the summons, they are all innately immune to all status effects.
They do have ribbon, yes, which is very useful in quite a few fights. Because getting ribbon in this game is very annoying. Also, this boss's auto attack animation is dumb as hell. But it's not as dumb as the boss just, like, spitting on you as well, I guess. And really, the best part of Aeons early on is they let you overkill bosses with their overdrives.
And yeah, generally you better hope that kills because overdrives do take up a lot of time, which means if you haven't actually killed the enemy with it, they're going to get several free turns.
Yep.
Yeesh. Sorry about that. Hope to break you in a little slower.
Being a guardian's tiring.
You handle yourself pretty well. You got talent.
Hey. So, what are these sin spawn?
What the fuck was that noise?
I don't know what he said. The subtitle said he said nah, but that's not what I heard at all.
Yeah.
You gotta be quick.
That moment when Waka told me I had talent in battle.
And the thing is, I know that that's not even the worst time that he makes a sound that's sort of like what the subtitles say, but is no.
They tried. They tried so hard.
Like, that one definitely goes to the Macarena Temple scene.
Yeah, the Macarena Temple scene is very, very interesting. Okay, and that's it for today. It was enjoyable.
Yeah.
It was a mess. Thank you for watching.